1554, 24 September 2022. So while Kogra police is taking its mighty time trying to find an available crew to attend a case where the victim is an ethnic non-white immigrant, 54-year-old, on a disability support bench, and based on the main diagnosis of aggravated anxiety disorder, where that condition was the result of multiple deliberately inflicted severe mental health traumas, including acts of torture at the mascot facility of Woolworths Group Limited. Well, that drug addict junkie Tony is enjoying his life while police can't find him, obviously. As I said, Orwell and Kafka take back seat to the that's a real life, by the way. It's not Orwell's and Kafka's, That's my neighbor there. As I said, they're all the same group. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. And there's a lady from the States, Kylie, I forgot her name. I'm going to write a letter to her. She's been posting some pretty good videos saying, well, racism, well, dear Kylie. In my letter, I will write to you, listen, my personal opinion is that the situation with confronting racism in the United States, immeasurably better than what we have here in Australia, and that's happening in Sydney, Australia, and not somewhere in the far suburbs. It's like 15 minutes away by train from the CBD. It's an electorate of former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison, Cook electorate. Now this is what racism is. Yeah? So when a victim is an ethnic non-white immigrant of Muslim origin, who on top of that committed apparently a mortal sin of raising his voice in defense of his basic rights, including formal complaints about discrimination, victimization, disability discrimination, and racial discrimination. And racial discrimination is becoming the main point now. Well, that's a response that the victim receives. Police can't find a person who is just enjoying his, Saturday afternoon, sitting in his tent, terrorizing and dominating over that neighborhood, and quite clear by now this guy is just intimidated everyone. That's why no one is complaining. And the Housing New South Wales knowingly placed me 2 years ago into this highly unsafe, highly unsecure place full of filth, and I mean literal filth. And they did it while they were telling me that my social housing placement has been fast-forwarded to the highest degree exactly because of my disability and health issues. Now, here's another shade of racism. By the way, one of the drafts sitting in my folder, I just put the title 50 in the bracket 1,000 black and white shades of racism in Australia. So, dear Kylie, I would love to talk to you about racism. And it seems that you have some doubts about the racism in a modern day societies, Western civilized societies. Let's talk. And there are other two people who co-signed the letter. And one of them actually is a professor who, from what I read about his bio information, he was a professor at the Stanford Law School exactly at the time when I was doing my MBA at Stanford Business School. And I think he then became a dean of Haas Business School at Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley. So I will write to that gentleman as well. I mean, okay. I think he said Tony, yeah? And police can't find this Tony. Wow. What can I say? For now, interesting. But that's just for now.